Hey guys, Dave Rogenmoser here, and welcome to Facebook Ads Mastery 1.0. Now, in this training, Facebook Ads Mastery is going to equip you to build winning campaigns and scale them to 6 and 7 figures. And I've been working tirelessly on this program here, consulting with some of the best Facebook ads experts in the world to make sure that we are covering everything accurately. And I'm telling you guys, this is an extremely good, powerful training. This is probably the best training I've ever put together here, and I'm extremely excited to share it with you guys because I know that this training has the power to change lives here. And if you master this, if you follow this here, I'm convinced that big things will happen in your business here. So some of the keys to this training for you guys to get the most out of it are, first of all, there's going to be lots of implementation here. And so you need to stay focused. There's lots of things to do. There's lots of, little details, big details, pixels to set up, metrics to track. And this is not something to listen to while driving in the car or while listening to something else or while watching TV. This is something that you need to be dialed in on and stay extremely focused here because we are going to be implementing, not just learning here. Take lots of notes. I recommend you have a separate page pulled up that you can kind of maybe put notes that you're taking and have a little section for questions that you need to ask me or the group here. And so take all of your questions and be ready to share those afterwards here. I recommend kind of the best way to do it is just to watch through it once. Maybe you can do it on double speed using the YouTube plugin, but watch through it once and then watch through it a second time and pause the video step by step. So make sure you have the full picture, but then go through and pause it step by step so you can actually do it as I go there. And the reality is, guys, that winning on Facebook, it takes focus, it takes effort, it's hard work, but it can change everything for you if you get it right. When you can win on Facebook, you have power that 99.99% of businesses don't have. You have the power to generate customers, leads, revenue on demand. So this literally might be the most important training you go through this year, maybe in the next couple of years. Getting this right is big. And so please stay focused and get really excited because this is going to be, I believe, a life-changing experience here. So how to win with Facebook advertising. Now, when people talk about Facebook ads, think of Facebook ads like a iceberg here. And most people focus on the top 10%. When they talk about Facebook ads, they go straight to, well, Dave, tell me about how to do retargeting. Dave, tell me about how to create lookalike audiences. I'm trying to run a great campaign. How do I set those things up? And the reality is, guys, that those are just the top 10%. Those are the tactical things. That's placing pixels, how to do bidding, how to optimize, all of that. It is meaningful, but it's just the tactical thing. That's the top 10%. Now, the 90% is really kind of the social psychology. These are the timeless principles. These are understanding your market deeply, understanding your customers' fears, wants, hopes, desires. This is going back to that customer avatar that I asked you to work on very, very deeply. Now, if you get that right, then what I'm going to show you here, this is the tactical stuff. It's all built upon you knowing your customers' psychology, knowing social psychology, and that's something that's going to last you a lifetime. Facebook will be gone in 10, 15 years, but understand that 90% will last a lifetime. So I want to be clear that we're going to talk about the 10%, but if things aren't going well, you're needing to tweak a campaign, it all comes back to this 90% underneath here for the most part. So the lessons in this training, I'm going to break up this Facebook training 1.0 into 7 different distinct lessons here. So I'm going to go over what those are. First of all, there's laying the foundation. Then we're going to talk about in section number 2, lesson 2, creating the pixels, custom conversions, and audiences. And lesson 3, I'm going to talk about how to create amazing ad copy and images. Lesson 4, finding and building your audiences. I know a lot of you guys had questions about audience targeting. Number 5 is creating your ads in Ad Espresso. Lesson 6 is launching, watching, and optimizing your ads. And then lesson number 7 is how to fix underperforming ads. So this is the game plan here. I'm going to come back to this often. I want you guys to know the roadmap and know where you are at in that. And so if there's a little bit of a question at some stage, write it down, but also know that it might get answered later on in the trainings here. And what I see people doing, if people get confused, it's because they didn't watch a training thoroughly. Guys, I promise I have covered a ton in this training here. And so please don't come ask me a question if you're not focused on the training here and you're not paying attention, because there's a good chance I cover your question already here. So with that, guys, let's begin here. Video number 1, laying a strong foundation here. So what we're going to cover in this lesson here is we're going to talk about how to really view Facebook advertising. What should your perspective be on Facebook advertising right now? Number 2, we're going to talk about how to set up the business manager, setting up your fan page. We're going to talk about how to make sure your site is Facebook compliant. I'm going to show you some tips on how to avoid getting banned, which can be an extremely painful process. If that's happened to anybody, you know what that's like here. And then I'm going to go over the action items from the lesson and then show you a bit from the upcoming videos here. So with that, there's the overview. There's our plan. I'm going to give you a click-by-click training. That's what this training is. I'm going to share my screen a lot, show you everything that you need to do to get rolling here. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. So first of all, how should we view Facebook paid advertising? How should we think about that? Well, first of all, we need to note here that it's very different than organic posting, and it's really way better in my opinion here. Now, a lot of people, when they think Facebook ads, they think, oh, I'm going to go, post, every day at noon. I'm going to share a nice article, maybe do a little bit of boosted posting, maybe run some like campaigns. That's not what we're doing here, guys. We are running campaigns that are optimized for conversion with the goal of capturing leads, getting people to our webinars, and ultimately generating new customers and new sales here in a very trackable, very scalable way here. So this is way better than what most people are talking about. I really think most people don't understand at all what is happening on Facebook and really the opportunity here. You really need to learn this. Guys, even if you plan on outsourcing this, which I think at a certain level, all of you guys will be outsourcing your Facebook ads, you still need to learn this today, because if you don't learn it, you're going to get taken to the cleaners when you outsource it. I really believe that in order to make it in business, guys, you need to master one form of traffic. You need to master that. You need to be able to generate a flood of new customers and move a ton of new eyeballs anytime you really need that in your business. And so really you have to master one source of traffic. There's no way around it. If you want to make it in business today, you have to master one source of traffic, and that should be of utmost priority right now. So even if you're like, I'm going to outsource this sometime, Dave, I don't care. You need to learn this because it's going to help you outsource. It's going to help you run your business. I can't stress this enough, guys. I cannot stress this enough. You have to learn this here. Also, another thing to think about with Facebook is you need to learn. You need Facebook more than they need you, and so they've kind of got people on the hook here. You've got to learn to play by their rules. Facebook has been known to, ban people quickly and, be unresponsive, and their support is pretty terrible for marketers here. And so the reality is, that you need them more than they need you. And so you just have to play by their rules. I'm going to show you a strategy. We're going to play all above board, nothing shady, nothing sneaky here. It's going to be just the right way to run Facebook ads because we can't afford to go get banned. And then there are really few things that are more important in your business than this. If your Facebook ads are going well, you will make a lot of money. If your Facebook ads are bad and you don't have a stream of generating new customers or any way to do that, you are not going to be making money. And so there really are few things that are more critical in your business than understanding this, which is why I've taken so much time painstakingly putting together an amazing training for you guys. And again, if you take this lightly, if you think, I'm just going to go throw some ads up, it can eat your lunch. I don't say that for you to be afraid or fearful of that, but it can eat your lunch if you take this lightly here. So Facebook is a massive opportunity, has some risks, it has some pitfalls to avoid here, but overall, I love it, and you are going to totally love it here as well. And so I'm going to teach you guys the right way to run Facebook ads. That's my goal here. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to set up your account in the Business Manager. And so you want to go to business.facebook.com. Now, a lot of people, they go access their ads kind of through their own personal account, in the top right corner. You're not going to do that anymore. We want to play by Facebook rules, and they want us to go in through the Business Manager and operate out of the Business Manager. So you are always, always, always going to go to business.facebook.com when you're going to access your ads. Even though you can do it other ways, that's the best way to do it here. And by the way, guys, so a lot of this information, comes from, we have a rep at Facebook that we can kind of go ask questions and stuff too. So this is not just like secondhand. This is straight from the horse's mouth, how to do all this. Okay, so you're going to go and you're going to set up an account at business.facebook.com. Then you're going to set up your payment methods. Now, people ask, what credit card should I use? Use whatever you want. I do recommend you use a credit card and not a debit card, because if you can push out that cash flow a little bit, 30 to 45 days out, you can all of a sudden buy a click today, make money on it 7 days from now, and the credit card bill isn't due, for another, 45 days. And so you can really start making a lot of money if you have it on a credit card. The Amex Gold card is a business card that you can get 3 times points on advertising. That might change from time to time. It might not be a great fit for you, but that's what we use because, you can get a lot of bonus points from that. And there's no limit on spending, which you want to have a high enough limit, because eventually, you're going to be spending upwards of $1,000 a day here when things get ramped up. And so you want to be sure you have a credit card with a high enough limit, but early on, it'll be more like $50 to $100 a day, depending on kind of your current situation. And then you want to create some backup ad accounts, and don't link the payment to those yet. So I'm going to go in and show you how to do all this. Set up the business.com, link the payment methods, and create some backup ad accounts. So I'm going to do this here. So I went to business.facebook.com here. I come in, and I'm just going to do everything under this test 1, pivot and scale test. Okay, so I come in here, and you'll see, a setting. You can, create an account, set up your Business Manager here. Cool. Obviously, I'm not going to show you everything in here, but you can come through. It'll, hold all your pages that are linked up in here. It's going to hold all your different ad accounts. You can see all your pixels in here. Anytime you kind of need something, you're going to come up to this page or this little link up here, and it's going to show you all of the different tools here. You can access, the Power Editor here. You can access your Business Manager. Once we create an ad account, you can get into the Ads Manager here. And but this is going to be kind of the hub for everything here. And so what I want to do first of all is I want to create an ad account. So I want to create an add a new ad account. You come down here to ad accounts, create that, and then we're just going to create a new ad account. And let's just call this Pivot and Scale 1. So advertise on behalf of this ad account here. Make sure you set your time zone correctly. You can't change this afterwards. Just set it to whatever your time zone is. Currency, payment methods, no payment methods available, and then PO number. You don't need to do that. So we're going to create this ad account here. And what you want to do is you just want to create as many ad accounts as they will let you right now. And so we want to have some backups. Basically, if one ad account gets blocked, they're going to freeze your account. You won't be able to create new ad accounts. But if you already have current ad accounts happening, you can use those. So it's a little bit of backup there. Sometimes they'll let you do 2 ad accounts. Sometimes they'll let you do 15. It's a little bit dependent on each sort of business there. So just kind of create as many as you can here. Okay, we don't have any people set up yet. You want to go to your payment methods here and add a payment method. Obviously use whatever it is that you are going to use here. And then set that up. And basically when that's in your Business Manager, any ad account you use can automatically pull from this payment method here. That's kind of the easiest way to do it. Make sure you set up your business info in here. Set up your people and assets. So obviously I've got me here. And if I were to assign assets to myself, I could click my name here. You want to make sure that you are assigned to the new ad account that we just created. Select admin. assign more assets. So you'll just have to come in here for, I don't know, 15 minutes and just kind of like make sure that you're creating your ad accounts correctly, make sure that there's people linked up. There's just some basic settings that I'm not going to go through all of here. You can go through the setup guide up here in the top right corner. But, I created one there. Then let's see what I'll do here is pivot and scale 2. You're just going to do this and create as many of these as you can. At some point, you're going to run out. I'm going to assign myself as an admin, save those changes. I would link up the payment method right there, create new ad account, pivot and scale 3, and so on and so forth here, guys. Okay, see, it says you've reached the maximum number of ad accounts associated with Business Manager account. It helps limit abuse and fraud. So as you kind of, right now all we have is 2. That's okay. We have 1 backup and 1 that we're going to run all of our ads in. As you run ads, you'll be able to create more of these. Just kind of as you go, check every now and then and see if you have your ad account all linked up there. So yeah, guys, that takes us to that part of the training where we set our account up at business.facebook. You set up a payment method. You're going to link that with your first ad account, which you would have been able to do that when you set up that ad account, and then you created as many backup ad accounts as you can. But don't link up the payment with the backup ad accounts, because basically, if your card gets flagged, say you do something wrong, and Facebook kind of whatever gets suspicious and kind of flags your account, it's also going to flag every piece of data associated with your account. So it's going to flag your credit card number. So if you have a bunch of ad accounts with the same credit card number on there, then Facebook's going to kind of block all of them, or at least flag and kind of put all of them on hold. So you don't want to associate your credit card number with all your ad accounts, otherwise you're running a big risk there. So that's step number 1. We're always going in through the Business Manager. Great. Step number 2 is we're going to talk about how to create and set up your page. And so you want to create a Facebook page, because all your ads are going to run from a Facebook page. Now, you can either create a new page, maybe you already have a page. If so, you can just go claim that page initially here. It doesn't really matter. You can decide if you want to do a personal brand versus a company page. I have a personal page. It doesn't really matter, guys. So just kind of pick one. Think about, do you want it to be a company? Do you want it to be personal? Spend 5 minutes thinking about it and then just go with one. It's all right if you switch later. But yeah, really, again, you're going to start building up a whole bunch of likes and a whole bunch of, presence and stuff on one of them. So it's going to be tough to switch later on, but don't really worry about it, guys. It's probably not going to matter too much. If you get to the point where things are big enough that you need to have a company page, it means you're making money and life will be good then. So yeah, so you want to create that page. You want to just go ahead and kind of the goal here is in this page just to make it look legitimate. If this is like a brand new page or something like that, we just want to give it enough of a foundation here that it looks legitimate. Facebook, if they kind of went on there and saw it, they don't think it's some scam page. It just looks like a legitimate, a legitimate Facebook fan page. You want to add high quality photos. You want to kind of populate it with about 5 to 10 posts. And so it doesn't have to be your own. You can go to, buzzsumo.com or, a variety of places here. And so, what I would do here is, pages. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Pages, add new page. Let's just create a new page here. So I'm going to do if you want to do like a personal one, you would do this, entrepreneur. And let's just go Dave Tester. I'll just do my first and last name there. Okay, create page. I've got Dave Tester here, beautiful. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come over here to this page by clicking on this link. I'm going to start going through and just adding the details here. Come through Dave Tester. Okay, I'm going to testing. Great. Save info. Okay, we're just going to skip that. If you would set that, okay, I'm going to set up a profile picture there. I'm not going to do that here. I'll just put a high quality photo in there. I'm going to tell them kind of what your preferred page audience is. And so if I were, doing what I'm doing right now, I would say, okay, well, cool. Let's go people in the United States, people in Canada. And this just kind of starts to point people in the right direction. So if somebody in Canada or wherever is searching kind of some of these things, they might come to my page. I don't think this is probably a very big deal, guys, but you know, digital marketing, whatever, webinars. See, I mean, this is just pick some different keywords and stuff like that you could put in there. English, great. So go through and just add kind of who your ideal audience is there, and we're going to go a lot more deeply into that. Come through, add a nice cover photo, add a nice picture, just make it look legitimate. You don't want to run ads if this stuff is blank right here, and then you can just start putting some different, you know, articles and stuff in here. What I was going to recommend is you can go to, you know, if you don't have some articles from your own website or something like that, that'd be a really easy one to put in there. Go to buzzsumo.com, you know, webinars. This is going to show you all of the like most trending or highest quality content that's out there on a certain topic here. And so I'll come in here, I'll search for webinars. Okay. Webinars, gold webinars, run a profitable. Okay, this stuff isn't that good. Digital marketing, let's do this. I just want to populate this with some relevant type data. And this is really just kind of show Facebook that it's legit. If people click on your ad, they will see this. So, okay, I'm not really finding anything good here right off the bat, but let's just say I would do this. HubSpot, Excel, you know, just copy this. I'd come back into this page. For digital marketers, great. I'll post this in there and publish. So you want to put about 5 to 10 of these articles in there, guys, just so that everything looks a little bit legitimate. Just go through and kind of set up your page. It shouldn't be too hard, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time there. But yeah, populate 5 to 10 posts, have some high quality photos in there, make it look really legitimate, and then, you know, just to get some likes happening, just go ahead and invite all of your friends on Facebook to like it, or go invite a bunch of people. Let's just get it up to, you know, at least 100 likes. Initially, that's going to grow as you're running ads. People are going to like your page here, but kind of send as many people as you can to like it initially and go through and invite everyone to like it. And you should just be able to do that really easily in the likes section. So yeah, you can invite your friends to go like it. You know, I would, whatever, go through here and just start clicking on people to like it. So does that make sense? You know, go to Chris Hull, invite him to like it. Beautiful. Go through there and do all that. You can add a button. We'll do this later to add that to your webinar registration page. So we'll worry about that button here later. But yeah, that's go ahead and getting your Facebook page set up. Now, you know, sometimes people will actually go through and they'll, you know, run ads without, you know, having their Facebook page set up or whatever. It's going to cost more. Facebook wants a legitimate page for you to run from. Okay, one little small tip in here is you want to go into settings, and then you want to go down into page moderation. And basically when you're running ads, guys, people are going to start commenting on those ads, and some people are going to think you're a scammer. Some people will, you know, just put stupid posts on your ads, and we don't want those posts to happen. Sometimes people will put their own website URLs on there, or they'll say that you're, you know, whatever, a bunch of not nice words here. And so what you want to do is you're going to come into settings, come down here to page moderation, and I'm going to give you a whole big block of words that you're going to copy and paste in there. I'll show you what ours looks like here. Let's go to secondary consulting account. I'll show you guys here. Okay, I'm going to switch out of this page. So I'm going to go back to the business manager and I'll show you the block of words I'm going to give you guys access to. Come to Dave Rogan-Moser here. I'm going to come up to settings up here in the top right. Come down here and it's just all of these words here. So it's a bunch of words that I don't want to say on here. This is basically, you know, if someone's even, you know, typing, say, a URL, and they're going to share the link to their website or something like that, this is going to block them from being able to post that on your ad there. And so, you'll just be able to copy that and paste that into yours. And sorry, this is kind of profane here, but it's going to be really, really helpful here. So we will get you guys access to that probably below this video. And if not there, it's going to be somewhere else that you'll be able to find really easily. Okay, cool. So your page is all set up. Well, how about the next step of making your website compliant? Now, first of all, you want to add a privacy policy to the bottom of your site. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I mean by all of this. So let's go to our webinar registration page, pivotscale.com/WWS, weekly webinar system, and scroll down here and you will see, okay, we've got a privacy policy down here. I'm going to open that up in a new tab. We have a link back to a home page there. We have terms of service. I'm going to show you how all this. So our privacy policy, it really, guys, is just boilerplate. I mean, you kind of put our name in here, but for the most part, you can just go search for privacy policy templates and just go through and just, put yours in there right here. You can go through and you can swipe ours and kind of fill out your name in there right now. And so, so just make sure you have something up here that is legitimate. It doesn't have to be, custom. Just find a template and go use that, and feel free to use ours there. Although if you get sued or something like that, I'm not making any claims that ours is airtight. But yeah, add your privacy policy down there. Have a linkable click to a home page. And so maybe, you just created this page inside of ClickFunnels or inside something else, and you don't have a home page. Just create something really easy that you can kind of use as your home page there. They can click back to down here. So obviously if you click home, it takes you back to our home page there. Facebook likes to see that so that people have an option off of your page there. Go down, you want to add a disclaimer link, find and copy from somebody in your niche. And so that's for us kind of the, terms of service there. Okay, terms and conditions here. So you can just kind of take ours as well and go edit it. And that's kind of your disclaimer. Basically what you want to have in there is that, we are not promising that this works. We're not promising that you're going to make money here. This is not get rich quick. You just want to be totally above board as far as a disclaimer, so that people aren't coming here and thinking, oh, these guys are telling me it's absolutely going to work, because Facebook views that as predatory. So you can kind of pull from ours. You can go find one from somebody in your niche. I guarantee if you go to a bunch of websites, you'll find earnings disclaimers in your niche. That'd be what I'd recommend to do, is go through and do that. Add a contact us link. So Facebook wants to see you people be able to contact you. Just hook that up to your email address. Super, super easy. Add a logo on there. And then be sure, if you send people to a landing page, don't do video autoplay. Facebook doesn't really like that. They want people to have freedom when they land on a page there. So don't use video autoplay. And then what I recommend, guys, is read this right here. Go to facebook.com/policies/ads and just go through and read all of this here. A lot of people are out there running ads, but they're not even talking, or they don't even know what Facebook thinks about ads. They don't even know, about, basically what's okay and what's not okay. So just read through all of this here, guys. There's not a ton. Go through it. I would definitely read all this, and even refresh yourself. When I was going through this training, I read through it all again and learned some new things as well that I kind of had forgotten. So read through all of that and make sure that your website is compliant. Don't run ads unless you have all of these things in there. Otherwise, you could get flagged and you could get banned, and that is not a good thing here. So how to avoid getting banned? Well, I used to think that the goal with Facebook was to kind of figure out what the line was and then kind of get as close to that as I possibly could. And guys, the truth is, do not toe the line. You want to stay far away from it. I got banned a couple times, about a year ago when I was trying to run ads. I was trying to be a little bit spammy. I was trying to kind of cut corners and kind of toe the line there. And it was miserable. I mean, it crushed our revenue. We really didn't have a good backup plan for getting traffic while being banned. And we spent, probably 2 months of not making much money because we were spending all this time trying to get unbanned here. So don't toe the line. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to scale really big accounts, and you're going to do it without getting too close to the line here. And so a few just tips for you guys. Don't use images that are spammy, that are sexual, or maybe clickbaity. Overall, just have, nice looking stuff that's not, super scammy. It doesn't feel like the stuff that you see on Warrior Forum or any other places online. Another thing, don't use ClickFunnels, Unbounce, or other shared domains. And so you can see here, we run all of our stuff on pivotandscale.com. Now, if you don't set it up correctly in ClickFunnels, it might say clickfunnels.pivotandscale.com. And that's not what we want. You want to go through and you want to set it up following the instructions in the previous videos about how to set up your landing pages and all that, and make sure that it's just using your domain here. Facebook doesn't really like it. It looks a little bit more like just a pop-up site, like it's a quick landing page that you threw up. And so just don't do that. Don't use before and after photos. So maybe you kind of run weight loss. Well, don't use, here's what somebody looked like before and here's what somebody looked like afterwards. And I just pulled that, guys, off of the Facebook ad policies there. Don't use shirtless guys. This is something that I ran into and found out. We were running an ad that had like a boxer in it, and he was just a shirtless guy. I mean, it's not sexual, it's just a guy boxing, and we got flagged a couple times for that, and we found out it was because we had a shirtless guy and it was kind of perceived as sexual. And so maybe if you're in fitness or something like that, that would make a lot of sense. Well, I would avoid it, guys, just to stay far away from the line. Always use business.facebook.com to access your ads. And so if you're kind of logging in from to your account from all these different computers or all these different locations, Facebook thinks that it might be some sort of scam happening. And so we just always want to go in through the same front door and get really used to that. And then just be sure when you're creating ads, sometimes ads will get disapproved, maybe because you've got, certain things, in the text or certain things in the image that Facebook doesn't love. It's okay if ads get disapproved. You just want to be sure that you have a 10-to-1 ratio of approved ads to unapproved ads. So if half your ads are getting banned, Facebook's going to get tired of that, and they're just going to put a flag on your account, and they're going to say, you're obviously running ads that we don't like over and over. You're not learning. You're a pain here, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of block and lock down your account there. So always be sure to make sure your ads are getting approved at 10-to-1 ratio. And if for some reason they're not, you need to slow down. You need to really recorrect to get that back up. Okay, a few thoughts on how to kind of, run your ads and how to avoid getting banned, and just even deal with some negative comments here. So if you get negative comments on your ads, don't respond to them, don't engage them. Just kind of the simplest thing to do is just delete and then ban the person from posting on your pages. Delete the ad, ban the person. Simplest way to go ahead and go do that. Don't make income claims and avoid buzzwords. And so, an acceptable way of talking about money, if you are in a business or have a service that helps you make money, acceptable way of talking about that is this. You can say how I made $43,232 in 1 month using ... And that's in quotes. It's you saying it. You're talking about how you made money. But what would be unacceptable is you saying, here's how to make that amount of money in 1 month. And so you can talk about yourself, you can talk about your clients, you can say, here's how I did this. But if you say, here's how you can go do this, then that becomes an income claim, and you're claiming they can make a certain amount of income. That's unacceptable. So we're going to go ahead and avoid that at all costs there, guys. That's a big one. Do make your ads, your landing page offer clear and congruent. And so if somebody sees your ad and they click your ad, they should get to a page that offers them what your ad offered. It should be very clear. The headline should be clear. If you say, hey, click here to download my PDF, and they click your Facebook ad and they go to a page, there better be a button that says download the PDF, on the next page, or download the blueprint or something, so they can get what they want. And basically Facebook, most of Facebook ads are kind of crawled by different, bots that they have. But a certain percentage of them are actually assigned to in-person people to go review. And there's actually real people clicking through your ad and just making sure they're in alignment there. And so just make sure people are getting what they came for when they click on your ad. And then guys, just, Facebook ads and getting banned is something to be aware of. But it's not anything to be scared of. So I don't want to scare you guys. I want you to have a healthy fear, a healthy caution about getting banned on Facebook. If it happens, it sucks. And it's going to be, 3 to 6 week process to get unbanned, where you're not going to be able to run any ads probably. But, as long as you stay above board and you follow these instructions here, you should be fine. So just don't toe the line, use common sense, and be aware, but don't be scared of getting banned on Facebook. They're not looking, they're They're looking to make money. They want you to be on there spending money with them. It's just important for you to educate yourself before going in there. So guys, that wraps up lesson number 1. Now the action steps for you from this lesson, if you need to go back and watch the video and just pause it as I go through it, you want to set up your business manager account. Secondly, you want to create and populate your Facebook page. Third, you want to make your landing page fully compliant there. So just go through and double check and make sure everything is clickable, everything is compliant. And then you want to read Facebook's ad guidelines fully. So go back to that Facebook ad policy website I showed you and go through and read all of that there. So that is the end here. We talked about laying the foundation here. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to create pixels, how to create custom conversions, and how to create your audiences. So guys, I will see you in the next video, but stop now, go back, take action, implement before you watch the next video because you'll be left behind. All right, guys, we will talk to you here soon.